Okay.
Okay, today is our day 6 on our purification cleanse in September 2nd to 22nd. And I haven't heard anybody not feeling awesome and great and having more energy. I have heard headaches. Actually, I've heard headaches, and myself too. And a few others reached out and said they had headaches. One person said it had disappeared. So that's really good. I think on the 5th day, I think it kind of disappeared. So I'm going to battle my headaches next week, because I did have some coffee this week. Not much, but a few cups. And I know the headaches will stay away when I do that. So next week, I am taking caffeine completely out. But with that said, I do want to touch on coffee while we're at it. If somebody like me on this cleanse, or who is listening, is wanting to drink green tea, and green tea makes us feel almost more nauseated or jittery, even if it's decaf green tea. One coffee that makes me feel better, and I've tried lots of them and grew up in Sweden drinking lots of different coffees. One thing that makes me feel better than green tea is the Seattle coffee, breakfast blend or house blend or something like that. Makes me feel much better than green tea, which is, I'm not sure, maybe I overdid green tea in my 30s and 40s, but now in my late 50s, I do enjoy a cup of coffee. But I also do know on this cleanse, it works much better if we are off caffeine, because that's another additive that we might not need. And then, of course, it has benefits. But just on this cleanse, if we have the willpower, sure, take the caffeine away. And we feel like it's a good need. Okay, so today is day 6, and it is our 3rd call, support call. And those are the feedbacks I've heard. I've heard people have more energy, myself included. And I've heard that it feels kind of easy to just kind of slide into this lifestyle of eating. And I hope that on day 6 that we have found some sort of a rhythm, and that we are eating more vegetables and leafy greens in any module, if it's a salad, if it's sauteed, if it's in the oven, if it's on the stove, if it's cooked, if it's mushed, but that we have the ratio of more vegetables than fruit. That would be optimal. We'll do our best. And then, of course, fill up with the beans, fill up with quinoa and buckwheat, so we feel full. And yes, we can use butter, and we can use ghee, and then we have the oils, of course, too, that we have on our list of our purification list, pantry list, which we can all find underneath these videos once they're posted on YouTube. Then I have the links in the descriptions for easy clicking. Okay, so one thing that I have done, and I thought I'd share it. I just told Terry, but I'll share it again. Something yummy and very satisfying is that I make 2 different kinds of pancakes to have with my salads or with my beans. And they are either mushed banana with flax meal and with buckwheat and with a couple of squirts or a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then I mix it with some water. Could be coconut milk. I happen to not have it at home at the moment, but I use water, and then I mix that up with my mashed potato mixer and fry them in, or saute them lightly in butter, and they become a yummy like a potato pancake patty. And I do the same thing, and I did it today with my yam, and it can certainly be done. We are also allowed to eat sweet potatoes, and if you can come up with any other vegetable or fruit that you can do this pancake with, you certainly can. But maybe that will be like a nice satisfaction. I put a little bit of salt on there, certainly no sugar, because the yam or the banana is very sweet in itself, so that satisfies some of my cravings that I have. Take that with some protein, balance it out, which is now in this 21 day is our allowed beans, which is black beans, black-eyed peas, chickpeas, fava beans, green beans, kidney beans, lentils, lima beans, peas, pinto beans, and then quinoa and buckwheat. So those are the ones. Now, with that said, I wanted to move on today, since I don't think I have any more input on these 21 days, but we have our little fun topics each time. And today's topic is superfoods that I thought was so interesting when I went to this integrative nutrition school. I really liked it, and I thought, oh, I know the superfoods, but these are 10 that they do recommend, and there are certainly others these days, and different kinds and all kinds of versions. But and all whole foods are superfoods in their own rights, right? But here are 10 that might be a little bit outstanding in antioxidants, which is nutrients that blasts through our parts in the body that might have built up or free radicals that makes us not feel great. So antioxidants helps us to break all that up. We'll go into it a little bit more after. Here we go. 10 superfoods. Terry, stop me anytime if you have a question about these, okay? Because then usually somebody else who listens later might have a question about the same thing. Cacao. Cacao is the number one in this list. It doesn't have to be in a particular order, but cacao is a superfood if it's just cacao. Just cacao, not mixed in chocolates. Even though it is said 70% or higher chocolate is also high in antioxidants, but superfood means that it has high antioxidants like phytonutrients, one of my favorite words, which means it's just loaded with sun into the plant, and then we eat that, and then we'll get all that goodness, and it's being released into our body and absorbed into our body. Cacao. There is cacao powder that we can eat here in Colorado for our cocos, not to be confused with the cacao mixes at the store that has sugar and additives in it. Just cacao with your favorite version of baking or eating or mixing into a hot cacao drink. And then number 2 is goji berries, and those are hard to find fresh, so they are also a packaged food. I'm not saying to eat all of this now on your cleanse, because you have plenty of phytonutrients in your cleanse from standard process already. But this could be something fun to add on to your diet after you are off this, slowly and in small doses. Cacao, number 1, goji berry, number 2. It's said to be one of the highest in vitamin C. Goji berries, also in packages in the dry section at health food stores. And maca is a root from Africa that we here in the West can buy as a powder form. And it is said to help balance female hormones. Small doses, always check with a doctor, of course. It's a food, it's a whole food. And then hemp is also a superfood loaded with phytonutrients, very bitter. Maybe there's something to cook out of it. Please let me know here on the call or in the comments if you have any fun recipes that is super yummy to eat baked with raw hemp that we can also buy at the grocery stores. And then number 5 is, in no particular order, is spirulina or blue-green algae, loaded with antioxidants and phytonutrients. Also, make sure to check with your doctor. This is something that I've been eating since I was in my late 20s. I am now 57, almost every single day, just about. It helped me overcome and helped me clean my body out of, I had a big overgrowth of candida in my 30s, and it really helps. So I keep that in my diet. I keep that as a supplement, and I also put it in smoothies. Spirulina, you can ask me about it if you'd like, but certainly also ask your doctor. It is strong, but it's a food. It's you can also certainly eat it in the nori wraps. And then camu berries is said to be the highest berry that contains vitamin C. Also is in powder form for us here in Colorado. And sea vegetables, all of the sea vegetables that we can find at grocery stores, usually pickled. Maybe there is some fresh in our area. I'm not 100% sure. I am not well educated about the sea vegetables. Highly recommend it though. I'm from Sweden. We ate simply just fish when I grew up, so I've been sticking to that. Please let me know if there is any sea vegetables. Nori is one of them. There is all these different, you can actually find them in the cooling section. They are the pickled versions, I believe. Lots and lots of super potent nutrients in sea vegetables. And then it's the lion's mane, the category of medicinal mushrooms, not to be confused with the other mushrooms, but the ones that are for food, which is lion's mane, reishi, turkey tail, and so on and so forth, that we can find in coffee creamers, in coffees, in teas, in powder form itself. Also, certainly check with your doctor before you start taking any of those supplements, but they are sold in whole food formulas at the health food stores around. And if we need them, they have like lots and lots of nutrients and phytonutrients in them, if it works for you. And then number 10 is water, an adequate amount of water, pure water, as pure as we can get it. That is a huge antioxidant for our body. And sometimes we forget and we get lightheaded, we get dehydrated, and because we forgot to drink water maybe for a day or two, and we drink other things instead. So drink more water, about 2.7 liters for women a day, which is also included in that is also the water that we cook with, or teas, or in this case, putting in our smoothies. And for men, I believe it's another liter, 3.7 liters. It's a lot of water. And another one that's in this 10 category of the superfoods is also krill oil. It is the highest omega oil that we can get, it is said. Maybe there is some new at this moment being released, but as of printing of this paper, it was krill oil. Super potent. I've tried it, and I was determined to exchange my flax oil to the krill oil. It was a little bit too heavy for me. It's very strong. There's lemon flavor, I believe, and there is like no flavor. It's very potent. However, if you are lacking in omegas, and we need omegas, as we learned in the last call, for A, D, E, and K to be absorbed in the body. We need D to be absorbed so that calcium can be absorbed. So it's like all the vitamins and minerals and omegas, they kind of feed off of each other. So check with your doctor about krill oil, maybe. Who knows if that's something that you are interested in. Those are the 10 superfoods: cacao, goji berry, maca, hemp, raw, eaten raw, spirulina, blue-green algae, bee products. I skipped bee products. Bee products is one of the other, that would be the 10. That is another one. Propolis is the highest one in the bee products. Raw honey, loaded with antioxidants and phytonutrients. In this, it is said that it is like, it's super healthy. It's like a antibiotic in the healthy form from the bee products. I'm not sure if I'm saying too many words to be cut out from YouTube, so that's why I'm kind of holding back a little bit. So we're going to do it one more time: cacao, goji berries, maca, hemp eaten raw, spirulina, bee products, camu camu berries, sea vegetables, and then it's the medicinal mushrooms, and then it's also water and krill oil, like bunked together, like a little miscellaneous tab. That is the 10 superfoods. That's a lot to take in and think about, and like, wow, did I eat any of this? And why should I eat this? Should I really eat something like this? Maybe one of them we should try. I think we all can agree that it's easy to get like a cacao in, hot cacao, maybe even with honey in it, unless certainly if we're allergic to it, but something like that. And then we get a huge amount of antioxidants in our system. And that what we're going to talk about now for the next probably 5 minutes. Terry, do you have any input before I move on with antioxidants? We're good? Okay. Okay, so from here, like, okay, what about antioxidants? Why do we need that? So we go about living our life. We inhale all kinds of things in the air. We inhale, yeah, we know it when we go fill up the gas tank, when we go into a crowded room, when we stand next to someone that's smoking, when we do all these things, or just breathing air, we get free radicals in us, and our body cleans it. That's like on the outer layers. And then we eat foods that might contain free radicals as well. Or what they do is they oxidate in the body, which means that they bind on to healthy tissue in the body, healthy cells, and that's how they can feed off of them. Like, it's kind of like a candida. Candida is something that I can speak for, because I know kind of how it feels. Like, you eat your foods, you eat and drink milk, you eat lots of syrup, bread when you grow up, you eat a lot of dairy, a lot of cheese, and a lot of sugary products, and all the white foods, and it's a little bit imbalanced. And then we get more and more and more, and it just feeds off of itself, and there's no break. And then it feeds off of itself, and then it becomes like little candida growth in the body. And then we need to, how do we get that out? How do we clean that out? I'm sure there's medicines for it these days, but there is also antioxidants to eat, which is all the 10 superfoods that we just talked about. So like candida are so many different stages, and but in general, if we have, say, inflammation in the body, we'll leave it at that. If we have inflammation in the body, then if we eat antioxidants, then that can help us to clear that. We fill the body with antioxidants, and then we can clear our inflammation. That can happen. That happens. It's doable. And a few foods with really high antioxidants and phytonutrients, which is can be found in these, but are not limited to. It is in all the berries, especially blueberries, cranberries, dark cherries, and all berries in general. And then it's in our dark leafy greens, it's in all of our vegetables, it's in all of the fruit, and it's in 70% or higher chocolate. And then it's in green tea, and it's high quality. It's in high quality coffee, and all plants are naturally rich, a rich source of antioxidants, and certainly of a lot of other nutrients as well. That could be just kind of good to know, that if we cut down on foods, and I know that's why we all are here, if we cut down on foods that inflames us and makes us not feel good, if it's from feeling bloated or arthritis, joint pain, skin issues, digestive issues, then if we maybe gear our diet into more cleanses twice a year, and then we have a free slate to start eating fresh, and we have like a base for combating the free radicals when they do enter our digestive system. I think I'm going to leave it right there. And because for now we're doing our 21-day cleanse, and this was day 6. And just a little food for thought that, oh, maybe I'll incorporate some of that after my cleanse. Maybe you'll incorporate some right now and see how it makes you feel. And that is all that I have for today. This is day 6. And I look forward to touching back up again for our day 6, 7. This will be day 8 on Tuesday. And we will talk about grains or no grains. And we will also talk about grains or no grains, 2 pages. Okay, thank you so much. And I look forward to touching base with you soon.